We talk football and current events, sitting and chatting with the very best guests. With two Scottish boys and we're loving it. So if you like witty banter, check the former #1 podcast on iTunes. Sitting and chatting.
Hello and welcome back to Sitting and Chatting podcast. I'm Liam Whyte. How you doing, Jabba?
All good. You see it all. Heads up, I'm in the greatest of moods, and
Out of 10, how would you feel?
there's numbers upon numbers, and then there's words.
How much fucking blue tack are you going to be doing for this, by the way?
No, I'm playing.
You're playing
Yeah.
with blue tack.
Anyway, words can't describe. Numbers certainly cannot describe, so
I'm glad to hear.
that puts it in perspective for you, you know.
Yeah, true.
What about yourself?
I was in a very good mood, thinking, podcasts all going to go, and then, I remember things in life like, I need to move, I need to do stuff, I can't just come home and sleep, But, because I'm doing this, my life is a lot better.
Well, see, can't argue.
No.
It's a great feel.
It is indeed. Now, I can see you're eagerly diving into the blue tack, so we start with the wall.
Oh, we absolutely can.
Right, so in case you're new, you don't know how this works, this is the wonderful quality and shite. Well, we haven't actually, which way should it be round? Shite or quality shite wall? Quality shite wall. Right, so quality shite wall's here. Basically, in case you haven't seen it before, we pick out a topic each week, and basically we need to decide between us if we think it's utter shite or if it's utter quality. Further down that end it is, the more shite it is. The further up this way it is, the more quality it is. You get the picture. What we got first?
I was about to be Grand Theft Auto because I accidentally looked, but we have something else.
What, you've just decided, no, you don't want to talk about that?
This topic's washed, to be fair.
After last time as well, when we went on about so where did we put wine and cheese boards on the end? So I mind it's a wee bit, it's in shite, but where is it? Oh, it's very near the end of shite, yeah.
And I feel like this should just join it, to be honest. The topic is...
No, I think you should go further down because...
No, granted, cheese is bang.
Because cheese, kind of puts it up there a bit.
So, well, to put it in perspective, the topic that we've been blessed with is wine.
Mm.
That's red wine.
Blessed indeed.
Red wine, white wine, shite wine. For me, it's fucking vile.
Mm.
In every way, shape. Whether it's tonic, white or red.
You're not a bucket man?
No. Utter fucking shite.
Is that literally like if you were placed every alcoholic drink in front of you? Is that the one you'd least liked? Really? Everything there is?
Name me something else that you would think that would go ahead of it.
Japanese bull whiskey.
Right. Right. Something I can pick up in the food bar.
Japanese, no.
Something I can pick up in a meal.
In a meal. So we're not saying like sambuca shots or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're still doing that beforehand. Yeah, fair enough then. I mean, I'm also the one, I don't hate it quite as much as you do. If it was forced upon me, I would drink it. And if there's...
That's peer pressure, I wouldn't do that.
Nah, I'm no para. But nah, there is, do you know what's really annoying, right? The one time, there has been one occasion out of my many attempts to try and get into wine, because everyone always bangs on about how great it is. They're bullshitting, by the way. If you like wine, you're a bullshitter. Right. You're just trying to act classy, let's be honest.
You're queer.
I'm not going that far. But, oh, you fucking hell, you're really going that low. Fair enough. It is worse than wine and cheese, because there is no cheese, but...
It's on par with metal. I couldn't get anything worse than listen to metal while drinking wine.
Usually the two don't interlock, I would say.
I couldn't get anything worse.
I'd
rather catch a clap than have the two of them. How about that?
At least you got me a title 4 minutes.
Honestly, I'd catch the clap before I fucking put a bit of wine in my throat. How about that?
Have you tried it before? I
put cocktail in my throat before I put wine.
Take it back. I've got now the title for the podcast.
I'm honestly full of titles and full of cock at this point. Honestly, I'm no para. I don't care. Mate, wine is fucking vital. Move on, it's making me feel sick.
Like, do you know what's annoying though, right? Genuinely, because I have tried it a few different times to try, because everyone always goes on about it being great and that. So I have tried different ones to try and like see, am I just drinking the wrong one? Turns out they're all pish, but there was this one time, I don't know if it was because I was really drunk, but there was this random red bottle of red wine that Ewan bought me, and it was fucking like drinkable. I wouldn't say nice, but it was drinkable. And I was kind of shocked by that.
People that drink like Echo Falls and that shit's barking.
Yeah, it's, to be fair. That doesn't... I think, to be fair, I think the Echo Falls people are just looking to get drunk quickly, I think, I'm talking about, like, folk that actually buy, like, proper bottles of wine at, like, our age. Like, if you're 40 and that, like, I get it. Like, that's kind of the done thing to do, but,
But I don't get it. Why, if you want to get pissed rapid, drink straight crack, normal straight whiskey.
Cheaper. £3 for a bottle of Echo Falls,
Granted, but it's pish.
Yeah, but that's then if they just want to get drunk.
I think I could drink wine if it was mixed with a powder of orange juice or something.
No, see, I've tried that before, like, mixed with, what was it, apple juice I had to be? I can't remember which one it is, but, like, white wine with, like, juice and that, actually is alright.
Aye, probably could just taste the strength of the
yeah,
wine.
that's pretty much the only reason why. But yeah, no, it is a load of shite, and I'm so, well, actually, no, I couldn't care less about wine drinkers.
Fuck people with wine.
He's the, you're more of that drink wine.
Aye, my mum and dad have a bottle of wine. Fucking hell, Leon.
Sorry to the listeners of that, if you have headphones in.
users.
That's like fucked. Fuck's sake, I'm going to have to tell this again soon.
My mum and dad drink it on like a Sunday for having a roast or whatever. Maybe have a couple of glasses or whatever. I've never understood the fascination.
Alright.
Same with champagne.
No, like, I can get behind champagne if it's like New Year, like a toast. Really? Like, what about, I was going to say sparkling wine, but that'd probably be worse for you then, wouldn't it?
Champagne is just tastes horrible to me as well.
Alright, no, it's like it's a toast thing. I wouldn't fucking go about fucking Weatherspoons asking for one. Right. This is a bit divisive for me. Comedy movies.
I did see that in there as well.
Yeah. Fucking look at you looking through all of them.
I had a wee gander.
Right. This is very difficult for me because for my childhood growing up, the way me and my mum like bonded or like the way we got along was like through like comedy. Like that was like kind of our thing. Like stand up, TV shows, like panel shows and that. And just in general, like comedy films. Like, I know I sound like an old cunt, like say, oh, they don't make them like they used to anymore. But genuinely, like I do find like usually like comedy films from like the 80s and 90s a lot more funnier than most modern day ones. That's not to say they're all pish, they're definitely not, but I don't know if it's just because the era we're living in, you see them coming out more, but it's just like, I feel like
movies
more shit.
nowadays are too PC.
It's not even that, it's just like, it's the same thing, it's like, yeah. I'm glad to see you're kind of agreeing with me then.
Nowadays, they're nowhere near as good as how they used to be made. And I believe most of it's due to PC. And you've got to be politically correct when you're making a movie. Even like Still Game, the last seasons, when they were near what the old ones were, because they weren't allowed to say random put their shite.
It's folk as well, like, I don't want to just fucking slam one person like for like Melissa McCarthy, Amy Schumer, like these fucking cunts are not funny whatsoever. But yeah, nah, I mean,
like, you're closest to a comedy movie. If you were to say to somebody now, comedy movies, the first person that would come into their head is Adam Sandler.
Most of the time, and that's not a good thing.
That's the level with it.
Yeah, that's pretty poor. He's
a funny guy, but
he's a fucking he's a rinser for it, shall we say? That is like, I'm very divided on this because like if you were to like put on like an old comedy film for me to watch, like a Ferris Bueller, like fucking something from the 80s or 90s, like I'd probably be well in. I'd probably fucking love it. But see if tomorrow someone said to me, "Oh, you are coming to the cinema and see this US comedy film," 9 times out of 10, I'm probably like, no. So I think, and it's unfortunate because I don't want to do it, but I think it has to go in shite. But it's a question of where, because there are some great ones out there, which I think help.
Well, for me, I'd rather watch the Serie A.
Yeah, no, I'm totally agreeing with you. I love how this has now become, we're not actually judging it on like where on the wall it goes, we're judging on what we would rather do instead of
I'd rather watch the Serie A, but I would rather watch comedy movies in DC.
Okay, so you are saying like pretty close. So you're saying like kind of about there. If I'm honest, I would actually put it further down, but I'm willing to.
I'm basing it off.
So like
history.
there.
Aye. I'm basing it off like older ones.
Yeah. No, I get you. I feel like there are more bad ones than good, but I suppose that's the same with the majority of films, to be honest.
It's like the same like with Serie A. Most games would be good. You would have your bad game in between.
Go on.
What an absolutely terrible topic.
What?
Circuses.
Ooh. You ever been to one? Never. Nah, see, back in the day, right, Aberdeen used to get a circus. It's a big city. That's all I can say.
Fucking farm shagging sheep bastard.
You know that's what the circus was called, actually. Listen, there's different types of circuses, right? So yeah, all the weird ones with like the clowns and shit. I'm not scared of clowns, but like, no, a big fan of that kind of stuff. But
scared of clowns.
No, I'm actually no. I can handle it. I can fucking do it in a clown fucking band. Get battered.
Right.
Anyway, but there was one that I seen that's like a Russian specialist circus, which was genuinely some of the maddest shit I've ever seen. Like cunts just flying like about 8 times in the air and like fucking landing in like a glass of water. It's just fucking stuff that you would like, stuff that isn't even the same as like watching online, like seeing in person. It's just like fucking jaw dropping. There's another one. Have you seen the Simpsons movie?
Aye.
You know when Homer goes around in the motorbike in the big sort of like cage ball?
Aye.
They had one of them, right? And they had 6 people on. Well, they started off with one person on it and they were running to spin it, so it was like on its own free will. And then they had like more people jump on and they would be running counterclockwise to each other. And if any of them obviously missed the timing, they were just going to fucking fall. Like, no safety mat, no harnesses on them or anything like that. It's shit like that, and you realise the time, the effort, and that it takes, and it's just like, it's fucking class. But I will concede I haven't been to one since I was probably about 10. So I don't know if it's any good or not now. Because I know Stirling does one, don't they? I've seen it, I'm pretty sure, I don't know when the last time I did, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing them cutting about Kings Park before, but I've not actually been in it myself, if you get me.
Right.
See your phone, can you check that?
No, genuinely.
Sort of mic.
Never, ever. Serious.
Yeah. I mean, I don't personally think it's shite. I think it might have to be like where weddings kind of like right in the middle, personally.
No.
But see, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I probably would rather watch Serie A compared to go to a circus. Nah, do you know what, fuck it, I'll be kind, put it literally right in the centre. What are you saying, lower? Where are you going to put it? Because you don't really have much of an opinion if you've not seen it.
No, but I feel like I'd rather go to a festival than go to a circus. And that's a big statement for me. I also feel like we've put DC a bit too far forward. But anyway, we'll concede that fact, right?
Why did we put it there again?
I don't
can't
know.
remember. But anyway.
I definitely would rather go to a circus than read a comic book. But I would also rather go to a festival than go to a circus. So for me, it's like there, but I would never do that over that. But of course, for this and this alone, in my personal opinion of would I go?
Yeah. Maybe. Right, okay, so I'm saying there, you're saying there, put it kind of about there-ish. Yeah, that's fair.
I can't even feel like it's no, but anyway.
Listen, that's a democracy.
This is a democracy.
Oh, more film stuff. Thriller films. Wow. I knew you were very similar to MG, I just didn't think of the sun in me.
Right. Because I'm black and white.
Aye, anyway.
Right, okay.
Now,
name a thriller you've watched recently.
So here's the thing, right? I would actually say that I do enjoy them, but now that you've put me on the spot, and technically, a subject later, Bond is one.
No.
Action thriller.
I'd say action.
It's a bit of both.
Nah. Were you thrilled by it?
Yes, I was thrilled by the experience.
Right. Nah, not enthralled. Were you thrilled?
I mean, shall we Google the title of the film and see what comes up when we put it?
It will be action thriller.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's not the point.
What do you mean that's not the point?
Because there's not a fucking point. Like, that's like saying it was a comedy because I laughed at it. No, like.
Right, hold on. Let me go and Google.
I'm gonna do it now.
Other films. Just trying to fucking keep away from the mics.
So no time to action adventure.
No, fair enough then.
No time.
I will give you this. Mission Impossible. You seen the films?
No time to die, is it?
No, do you know what? I will concede. Fair enough.
It did thrill me though. Nah, but for me, I just like the last thriller.
Just thriller
that you watched. You can Google thrillers if you need to.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? I did, and in my head, I'm thinking, good films. But I'm looking at the list that they brought up on like Google.
Right.
It was not a good list. It was.
Because for me, genuinely, I feel like it's a pointless genre.
How come?
Because I didn't like horrors until recently. Probably about a year and a bit now.
Yeah.
I genuinely quite enjoy a horror now. Horror comedy, horror action, whatever it may be. I just enjoy horrors. No pure pish like fucking weird shit like fucking Ouija board shit. That's pish. We all know it's gay, right? But for me to sit down and watch like Jeepers Creepers at Halloween, it's a great watch. Like that's what anybody says.
You're actually gonna do that shit Halloween, like do a film marathon or whatever. Or... like what is that?
So, now Jeepers Creepers, like I'll sit down and watch that. It's classed as a horror. It's no horror, but I find it funny. It's a funny horror. So I'd watch that. However, I've never watched a thriller and actually went, "This is good." Or I'm thrilled. Genuinely, I think it's a pointless genre. Action and thriller, people say, are very similar. But
can be.
It can be, but action is.
See, in my head, I will be honest, I will concede now. In my head, it sounded great at the time, but now I'm thinking about it. I love like the Mission Impossible films, and just off the top, I don't know if it's just because I'm tired, but I genuinely am struggling to think of one now. So I might be unfairly judging it, but where would you put it then?
For me, it's.
You have a fucking day of all shite or something.
It's probably here, I'm not gonna lie.
I'll back you.
Based on the fact that action is similar,
yeah,
I'd say I'd rather watch like an action movie than go to a festival.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the board in the future, we don't need to. I don't think we should like think about compared to like other things. I think we need to like just think about how shite or how good it is.
Based on the fact that you couldn't understand what a thriller was.
Yeah, no, not entirely. I get what a fucking thriller is, but my point is like I just can't think of many off the top of my head now that are good. Right, go on. Final one for the day. What have we got?
Oh, do you want all shite or do you want me to pick again?
Pick again.
I'll not even say what it is because we could be here a while. Oh no! It's literally the exact same.
Oh no! We can't pick enough. Fuck it.
Yeah, both looked at it now. We can't.
Yeah, no, we're fucked. Right. The trouble is, right.
So the topic's Bebo.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as people might think that me and Jamie are old, this is before our time.
Just,
but it's before our time. Did you ever have a Bebo account?
I don't know.
Did you? I've literally never even. I don't know what Bebo even looks like.
Very late on. Don't get me wrong, but hold on a wee second. Bebo. I used it like.
They're not just like a shite Facebook and that's saying something.
Aye, it was.
Oh Jesus, that's bad.
They still run to this day.
Fuck off. Well, I heard they're coming back, but I thought they shut down.
Yeah, coming back 2021. So it was founded in 2005.
No, so it was literally just before Facebook then.
Yeah. What was Bebo used for? It was basically the exact same as a Facebook, but worse. But it was very unfiltered, for what I remember. So like you could say and do whatever the fuck you wanted on it.
Yeah. It's just kind of social media from the early days.
Yeah, social networking. It was founded 16 years ago today.
What, today?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. We're going to fucking destroy it on its birthday.
It launched in 2005 in July time. For me, it brought absolutely nothing but joy, honestly. Right? See the amount of...
How long did you actually use it for?
Probably a good year.
Really?
Yeah. It was only when I was in the house. But it was folk at my primary school used it.
Yeah, so see, I was MSN for the last year of primary, and then I went to basically as I started first year, and then went to Facebook. I've never touched Bebo before in my life, so I will.
So I was in between.
Yeah, so do you know what? Right, I will go. I'll give you literally full control over this because part of me thinks it would be funny just to put it right at the end on its birthday, but I will give.
Oh no, it's gone right at the end.
Oh, is it? I thought you said it brought you joy.
It brought me great joy, but it was shockingly bad. Like everything was bad about it. But it gave me great joy because you could hide who you were and comment on people's stuff.
You're a fucking wee gimpy troll back in the day, weren't you? Oh, Jesus.
However, no, see for that fact alone, no, it's shite. People, you were shite.
Happy birthday to you.
Get talent.
Happy birthday to
was
you.
worthless. I put you in the same category as metal.
Happy birthday, dear Bebo.
Shite.
Happy birthday to you. And that is the quality and shape of.
Honestly, right, it couldn't have ended in a better way. However,
we had literally done. Have we ever done that before? Had 5 all shites.
No, but
do you remember like the first 4 weeks we'd done this? We had 2 things in there.
And it was fucking hoaxing and stuff.
And does that? Nah, it's genuinely actually pretty 50-50 split at the moment.
I would say so.
Yeah.
For me, Bebo was joyous as fuck, but it was terrible. And aye.
Right.
Fuck Bebo.
Please don't sue us.
Buy this one.
Right, anyway, right, on to what's probably going to be the title of this podcast today. You and me went to the cinema, which, to most people doesn't sound like much of an event, but, for me it was, we googled it as we went into the cinema. It was the first time in 6 years that we managed to be into the cinema together. And we actually seen something we both liked.
We did.
I mean, this isn't a film podcast, but do you know what? Fuck it. It's a big film. It's genuinely the film that I've been looking forward to the most for a year now coming out. In case you don't know what we're talking about, the newest, 25th James Bond movie was released, No Time to Die. And I will say from this point on, there will be spoilers. So if you don't want to know what happens, I strongly advise you don't listen to it for about another 10 to 15 minutes.
Yep.
I would put a time code in, but I can't be fucked. Right. Initial thoughts. Just out of the blue thoughts. What were you thinking of the film?
The movie was a very tame but exciting action movie. It felt very much like a Fast and Furious, Save the World type shit to begin with.
Did find it weird that they chose a virus as the enemy.
No, I get why it fits the storyline perfect.
Yeah.
It all makes sense. I like how it ties in, but obviously it just felt like a kind of tame action movie. Oh, something's going wrong. What's 1007? There was there wasn't enough shagging. Right, Bond's a lady killer. Right, that's what we needed. But it was good. I enjoyed it. The initial thoughts was, I walked out, I was like, that was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I then thought back on it, I thought, it was a tame action movie, but it was a good action movie, and it was done well considering his age, and his performance was good in the movie. Yeah,
I mean, you're talking back there to a wee while back about Adam Sandler then in comedy movies, right? If there's ever been a person that has phoned in a movie more than anyone in the past, it's him, right? And fair credit to Daniel Craig, because, I mean, even 6 years ago he said he wanted to slit his wrists if he did another one of these movies.
Yep.
He did not phone that in. He, really gave it his all. It felt like he didn't even though he clearly hates the character, he really put his all into it because either he knows people cares and he wants people to like it, or for whatever reason he gave it his best performance. And I think it is possibly his best outing as the actual character.
I wouldn't know back it.
We'll go into the good and then we'll go into the bad, alright? So, we can obviously disagree if you feel like it. For me, the good, Daniel Craig, he was brilliant in it.
He was.
Nextly, thinking back on Spectre, him and Madeline, the main lassie in this, they had literally no chemistry in that film. They were fucking atrocious there. This film, I don't know how they done it, but they genuinely seem to really care and really get on with each other.
Yep.
I don't know if it's just because they've gotten to know each other over more years now in the actual person, but maybe that's why. But they were great together. Cars, the cars. That DB5, orgasmic.
Going through the fucking Smoke City.
Oh, that car chase was fucking everything that I needed in my life in 2021.
Right.
The actual
drift with the grenades coming out.
The what, sorry?
The drift with the grenades coming out. That got me a bit.
I don't know. The stuff in Cuba, you see with that Cuban lassie. She was actually I wish she was in it more. She was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
She was quite an entertaining person, and all that fighting stuff over there. That was very classic Bond. In the tux, shooting bad guys, all that shit. Stuff with Felix later, very emotional. that was sad. And the final kind of set piece, I thought on the island was fucking class.
Mm-hmm.
What for you was really good? What stood out to you?
All of the above. I liked I especially liked the lassie that he met in the bar.
Yeah, the Cuban lassie.
She was phenomenal. I thought, looking back on it now, the temporary 007.
Yeah, what was her name? Naomi. That was it, yeah.
I thought at the time, she's annoying. Did my tits in, terrible. Looking back on it, I thought, what, I actually done well.
Yeah, I thought
the movie a bit.
Yeah, I think it's fair as well for most people to kind of hold their hands up, because I think when everyone seen that was the cast and everyone kind of complained, but she actually done pretty good with it.
She was annoying at first though.
Oh yeah, no, but I think that was deliberate.
Yeah.
But she became quite likeable by the end.
I liked the island stuff. Thought it was good. The only annoying part of the whole thing for me, obviously going away for the good for a minute and going to the bad, was the amount of walking scenes. Right, see the amount of times he walked away from bullets getting flown at him.
That was kind of cool. You see in the
it's action cool, right? But it pissed me off.
It was the one, when he's in the forest and that, and it's all misty and shit, and that Logan Ash boy. Yeah, I forgot to fucking Google him when I came back, so I was I recognise the actor, but I couldn't think of where. It was just that way. He was laying down, you see the fucking tracers just fly by, and he's just walking casual. I was like, oh, that's cool as fuck.
Aesthetically pleasing to the eye. It fucking drove me mental. Because you're getting shot fucking and you're just strolling down the forest. I'm like, fucking no, fuck you.
Nah, you have to respect the fucking arrogant
Even
kid.
the fucking first scene. Right,
when he's on the bridge, aye?
No, right at the start of the movie. Right, when it's in the cabin where and the fucking it chases her along the ice.
Yeah, Madeline across the ice,
right?
Yeah.
And she falls through the ice into the water.
Oh yeah, and then he shoots it.
Yeah, and somehow misses every bullet.
Yeah, no. So here's the thing, though, right? I know why they done it because if it looks like at first, I mean, obviously realised he wasn't gonna kill her because we know what happens to the character next, but it's obviously to make it look like that he's gonna kill her, but then he actually last second pulls her out.
Aye.
But when you look at it, yeah, right, it's just she's just fucking unloaded a full clip into this lassie that's underwater and somehow misses every fucking
It triggered me so fucking bad. I was sat there I was like that. Triggered! Amen. Why you hit firing? Amen. If you're that bad, amen.
No, not even that. Just the classical, circle if you want to break a hole together, right?
Honestly, man, fucking, I was like, But these wee things were triggering me.
Bad as well, like, I have to say it, fucking Rami Malek, I feel so bad for him, but he was a fucking shit villain. He was so bad. And it's annoying as well, right, because the way he's introduced is fucking brilliant, like, even though that stuff shooting on the ice is dumb as fuck, like, the actual way he's introduced, very cool. And then we don't see him for about an hour. And then he comes back for about 10 minutes. And then we don't see him again for about 40 minutes.
Aye.
And then he's kind of there at the end, but he's very generic evil. He's incredible when he's first introduced. His story's actually interesting, and the way he fucks over Bond at the end, incredible move. But despite all that, he was still fucking god awful as a villain. I don't know what the accent was that he was doing, because I heard him talking in an interview the other day. It's just like, just do that. You've already got like the burnt up face shite. Like, they didn't even mention why he had that, did they?
Nah.
Yeah.
In fact, did they know if it was a note to do with the plants? Like when he was a wee boy
They
in
might
the
have
gardens.
Maybe.
When he was a wee boy in the garden that his dad had.
Yeah, it might have been from that. I might have missed that, but I think as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie. See, I don't know if it was just because I was caught up in the moment, but see, when we first went, because I have been to see it twice. When we first watched it in the cinema, I'll be honest, there's points of it where I was just like, I've totally lost track of what the plot is here. Looking back on it the second time, it was easier, but part of me does think I should have been able to get it the first time. But I'm willing to take blame on that regard. But no, he was I felt really bad because like he's such a good actor, but he was such a bad villain. Like they really could have just done without him being in that.
That's a fair assessment.
But yeah, no.
All in all, though, there's more pros to cons for the movie, 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, if you've just joined us here and you really don't want to spoil, this will be the biggest part. The ending. How did you feel about it?
I was just expecting it.
Really? Going into it, did you think he was going to die?
Aye, I genuinely did. I believed he would die. And then as soon as I heard about the virus, like the virus was the main.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I know how he dies.
Well, you thought he was
I didn't know how
get
he died. Sorry, I knew why he was.
Yeah.
How it was going to happen. I knew, right? He's going to get infected. He's not going to be able to be well anywhere, and that's how it's going to end. I didn't think for a second that it was going to be missile. I was getting fucking flung straight down in his
javelin into his fucking skull.
I didn't think it was going to be like that, but I knew as soon as the virus was introduced, period, way back whenever it was, ever in the movie, I was like, this is the reason.
See, weirdly, I thought the opposite. So, see, when the Bairn was introduced, I thought, right, this is him finally going to have his happy drive off in the sunset kind of moment. And see, before, if you told me going into this, they were going to kill off James Bond, I would be like, fuck you, and fuck this film, I do not want to see it. But it was done so well. Like, it was like, they literally gave him the perfect send-off. I genuinely, as like someone that likes films, couldn't have thought of a better way that they could have made that final 15-20 minutes of that film. It's just like, the build up, the music, the slow reveal that he's been poisoned, all of that shit together. It was fucking incredible. To the point where last night in the cinema, I actually seen people crying when I was watching it.
I genuinely believed for the minute I seen the poison being introduced, I was like, right, well,
that's fair. Yeah, and I mean, I'm kind of glad he didn't just fucking like disintegrate and die. I'm glad it was kind of heroic, staunch, just standing there as fucking missiles explode around him. And yeah, like I really didn't expect it, and it's probably in a weird way, because if you told me before it, like I said, I would have been so against it. But now that it's happened, I've never been so for like that ending. That's genuinely probably my favourite ending to a Bond film ever. Not saying it's my favourite Bond movie, it definitely isn't, but it's my favourite ending to one that I've ever seen. And yeah, I'm really, because like we missed the end, but there is a bit where it does say at the end, as they do after every James Bond film, James Bond will return. How do they do it?
It's going to be, you can't call it, because at this point, it's fucking, it's a mindfuck.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, it'll be another 5 years before we have one. So enjoy this one while you can.
Watched it a fair few times.
I mean, I have.
It's about the closest you're getting to a Bond movie in the next fucking decade.
I know. But yeah, no, I think the only way they do it is if they reboot the full thing.
No, not harm.
I'm telling you, it's the only way they can get around this.
No.
Because they rebooted it with Craig, so I don't know say why they wouldn't do it again.
There's a chance. I don't think it'll happen though.
What you think they're going to? But it's specific. It doesn't say 007 will return. It specifically says James Bond will return. And you know, no offense, but the boy's Ash in the top of a mountain in Japan, like.
Then maybe it will be another James Bond, but.
Or maybe they'll finally admit that it's been a code name all this time, and then that'll be that.
There is that as well.
Actually, they can't do that though because they showed his fucking grave in Skyfall, like his parents' grave in Skyfall. So it's like it's his actual name. It's not like a made up name.
But you go to great lengths to hide an identity.
Fucking even your parents will have a different name. Seems fair. It seems like a great life for the families.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass when you wait half a decade to see it, but
yeah, I mean, so we made bets now. When's the next one out? I'm saying 2027. I'll go.
I'll go 29.
Fucking hell, that's so long away. You know as well, like this is the longest wait there ever was before one as well. Like because I think it was like 5 or 6. It might have been 6 years in the end, but
yeah. I think it'll be 7, 8 years this time around.
Do you know what's mad though? I remember, see when Skyfall came out, well, even for then, right, so I went to go and see this a second, like when you and me went, it was quiet, but that was 4:30 on a Thursday, was it? Friday? I went there on a Monday night at 7 o'clock. Every single seat was totally packed out. And it was shown in another 2 screens. I know. Do you want to say mad? So, like, I know you've obviously never seen, like, Star Wars films and that, but you obviously know that they're, like, the biggest films there are, sort of thing, right? Well, like, you know, for most, like, they're the highest grossing and all that sort of thing. Like, me and my mate, when Spectre came out, right, the Star Wars film came out that year as well. Like, came out, like, a month before Bond.
Aye.
We went to go and see that. We went on the opening night for that. No bother, and you go, take a seat in that. When Spectre came out, we were like, oh yeah, we didn't go and see it. We like waited a week, like went in, like, oh, can we get a seat? No, every cinema's fully booked. You need to wait like 2 hours, so then we might be able to get you in. It's just like, it's mad how, like, even after 50 years, how big a franchise it still is.
There'll no change either.
Nah, well, here's hope not.
Mad. All in all, though, great movie.
Yeah, what are you giving out of 10?
I still stick by the 8.5.
Probably going 7.5, but yeah, I can back that.
8 would be my first choice.
Yeah. Where'd you rate out of the Craig films? Because for me it's the third best.
It's his best performance.
His best performance, but for me it's the third best movie.
What would you put above it?
Skyfall's top. That's the best Bond in general I think there ever was. The best Bond film. Then Casino Royale, because I actually watched that back just before we went to the cinema. I forgot how fucking good that film is. And then that, and then probably Spectre, and then Quantum of Solace.
Sure.
But I know most people would put Spectre last. Right, anyway. We briefly met each other before lunch. Whilst I was on lunch there today. And you had some strong opinions on Fury Wilder. Thoughts? When is the actual fight again?
Next Sunday. This Sunday?
I think it's this, maybe.
This Sunday. This Sunday it is. I just hope I hope the two of them punch each other so hard that they both just fall, and it's a waste of everybody's time watching it.
I mean,
in fact, no, I want Wilder to battle them. Fuck it. I've said that. I don't care.
Why?
Because I hate the gypsy cunt.
Why?
It's just
I don't think that's his title, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a pompous prick. Never liked him. He's just full of shite, arrogant. He's people say he's humble. He's not. It's made on. It's acted. He's a walloper.
You always not liked him.
I never liked him. Never. It was like Joshua as well. Like the whole humble stance, it was bullshit. And Joshua just let his feelings get the better of him, and he showed his true colours over the Black Lives Matter situation, which is fine, fair enough. If that's what you truly believe, and you do you. You're a prick, but you do you. Whereas Fury's a fucking junkie. He's a waste man. How about that?
Tyson, if you're watching this, I'm no one to scrap.
I'll take you and Tommy. Fuck it, I'm a para. Nah.
Can I record it for Sunday Chat?
No,
It'll be a 1 second episode, but
I want Wilder to knock him out, so then the fight between Joshua and Fury never happens, because I can't bear to think that the two of them are going to get like $500,000 each. 50 mil each.
$500,000 each? That's not a great deal. Eddie Hearn's licking his lips at
50
that.
mil each for smacking up each other, when we all know inevitably Fury will probably get smashed after Joshua.
Really? You think so?
I've said it for day dot, and I still believe it.
I'm not sure I believe that anymore.
Well, one of Wilder. If Wilder beats him, would you then say Joshua beats him? Because Joshua beats Wilder.
Yeah, but I also think Fury. We've been over this many times. My boxing knowledge on here is far below average, but on my limited knowledge, I would still probably back Fury. Joshua hasn't really been tested too much throughout his career. He has at points, but not too much.
Like a fat Mexican guy.
Well, that's the point exactly. Like, fair enough, he came back and battered him the second time, but you seen what happened the first time.
It's because he was too humble. So he says. He needed humbled, and that's what I think happened. He got humbled by the fucking Mexican.
He was out of school by US as well, though.
Right. Still won that though.
No, he lost.
Wait, who are you talking about?
The last fight he had, fucking, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, the Ukraine boy that took his belts. Usyk, sorry. Yeah. Like, he fucking humbled him.
Usyk smashed him. But Usyk was always going to beat him. I said that, like, me and George said that for day dot, that Usyk would beat him. He would beat Wilder, and I genuinely believe if he trained hard enough, he would beat Fury.
Yeah,
Fury's just a big fucking fat junkie.
I do not agree with these statements, Tyson.
No, I mean,
do you actually think though he's going to lose to Wilder?
No,
because to me, it's as well. It's just such a fuck. Because
what is it news? Is it
the third?
Each?
No, it's the third. The first one was a draw. Second one was Fury. This one's. It's such a fucking pointless fight. It should have been 2-man. Like, I will happily stay up and watch like most of the big really big boxing because I'm a casual.
Casual classics.
Yeah, carting about with my Stone Island.
Shoes.
Nah, Sambas. But I'm not. I'll be straight away. I'm not going to watch this one. I do not care.
No, I'm not saying up to watch it. However, well, Dylan's asked me, but fuck him.
What your gaffer?
Fuck that though. That's just I get my giggles. I'd rather no. So, third one, Wilder beats him. Then what? He's a drew one. He's a both won one. What's next?
Yeah, I have to fight a fourth time.
What's the fucking point? I mean, it's just pointless.
The third one, I mean, like, to be fair, the third one does sound like it's fucking Wilder anyways' fault. Like, because apparently he's going to sue him, so fuck you, Deontay, for that pish.
Joshua. Tommy Fury will beat him. It'll be
Tommy will beat him. Is he jumping in WWE style?
Tyson will beat him. It'll be 2. He's 1-2, drew 1. It'll be curtains for Wilder. He'll move on. He'll fight Joshua at the end of the year.
You think he's going to fight him this year still?
Well, he says he's fighting one more time this year, and he says the only opponent he can see is Joshua.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if it was. I'm guessing like it would probably be start next year.
That
is alright.
It would fight Christmas time.
Potentially, like I'm not either Fury's biggest fan, but I don't hate him as much as you do. But it's that thing of if he did lose though, it would potentially be quite a good interesting build up for the fight though if both of them had lost their last fight, because then it actually feels like there's something on the line.
But then it wouldn't happen because Wilder. Fury would then get another go at Wilder.
I don't think he would take it. I think he's got enough sense to know not to take it at this point. Not because he couldn't batter him, just because.
Does he really go out in a loss like that to him? I think it would destroy his
I think it depends how bad the loss is.
hurt his ego too much. That's what I'm saying. He says he's humble, but it would hurt his ego too much. And the way I see it is, Fury loses to Wilder. The Joshua fight, 1, doesn't happen this year. 2, it's a very, very weird fight, both going in as losers.
But I think that's maybe what it needs.
And does he fight? So Fury wins against Wilder. Does he go straight for Usyk because he's got the titles? Is that no more sensible for him? Do you know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, but I think he also knows he'll probably, even though that'll be the title fight, he'd probably get more money off the Joshua.
The money fight's Joshua, obviously, but Joshua's a cunt.
Nah, go on then. Honest predictions for the fight then on Sunday. Who's going to win?
Fury will win.
You say knockout or TKO?
Nah, he'll no knock him out. He'll win by decision. I can't see any two of them knocking each other out. I seen it, and well.
How many rounds is it? Is it 10 again?
Nah, I think it's a full whack. It's another 12.
Is it?
The thing is, like, the last time when Wilder knocked him and then Fury somehow got up and
that was you have to say, even though you hear him, that was fucking
incredible.
That was because the cunt was out cold, like he was smoked.
It was honestly incredible, but that's why I don't think there'll be a knockout.
Because you couldn't do that again.
Nah.
That genuine, like
Fury
that
will
was.
not allow that sort of punch to come towards him again without blocking it, and I feel like it'll be passive.
He does look a lot lighter as well compared to like even the second fight. No, sorry. Second fight. Yeah. He looks a lot lighter.
It'll be interesting. I'll not be staying up to watch it.
Yeah, it'll be a Twitter highlights in the morning before work for me.
Right, I'll not be working, but
some of us have to, you know.
Get up, you.
But yeah, no. So, but then going then, predictions. Does it happen then this year? The Joshua Fury.
If he wins, he'll try to get it for December. I don't think it'll happen.
You're saying like, because weren't they saying like Saudi Arabia or some pish as well beforehand?
Well, it's going to be in Saudi Arabia Christmas time. That's what Fury said.
That's pretty mad. Like they must be paying so much for that.
No, that's what Fury said in an interview.
It's a shame it wouldn't be at like Wembley or something like that, but fuck it, money talks.
Bullshit walks.
Right, on from that. Jamie, why are people fucking idiots and over buying petrol? Please explain.
I've no idea. There's the truth, right?
Have you had to experience this fucking
I
pain in the arse?
I was lifted in the lead by someone for about a week and a half because I had no petrol left in my car. I eventually got petrol in my car and we're back to normality now. It was fucking ridiculous, the whole thing. I know, the thing is, right, I know that they say it was due to drivers, pish, posh, whatever the fuck you want to say. They changed for 0.5 lead
to the point.
To the 0.10 lead.
Yeah. Is it not
lead.
0.01 or something? Either way, is right.
I think it's 0.05 to 0.10.
It's called E10 now. Either way.
It was 5% and now it's 10%.
Yeah.
That change has fucked them massively because of the amount of stuff that they use in the petrol.
That needs to now be taken out, replaced, cleaned, all that pish.
It was that. It was nothing to do with drivers. You do it in small doses. You know what I mean? But
was it just mandatory that these had to be changed by, or
no? So it has to be changed. They have to use 10%. Like, I can't remember what it is that's in it, but they have to use 10% by a certain date. But it didn't need to be rolled out fully like it was at the time. It was. It could have been done gradually. I'm
going to presume they thought they could just bash out on one go and be done with it.
So aye, they took the absolute cunt. Folk panic buys.
Scotland's pretty good at panic buying, toilet roll, petrol.
Honestly, it's a fucking embarrassment, but...
Do you know what's mad as well, right? So we're moving soon from here, I think we've mentioned on the podcast, but as a result, a few weeks ago we were looking at energy pricing, trying to get like quotes on that for a new gaff. Going up by an extra 20 quid since then. Fucking bastards.
Right, go compare it. You know what I mean? It's like
I'm sorry, no petrol.
no petrol, mate.
How you gonna turn on your cooker with no petrol?
It's just a fucking. It's an absolute outrage, honestly. So it is. It's
Do you know as well? So I've recently been working in Livingston. What a place, by the way. Somehow much better shopping centre than Stirling. I don't understand why.
by far.
I know. Genuinely never been there before until I was asked to go and work out there. No, genuine. Never been there for like football, never been there for anything. Just like randomly showed up.
Yeah, honestly, genuinely, such a fucking good shop centre.
I know. Puts it on to shame. But anyway, digressing. Sorry. So obviously I need to get petrol before now this whole crisis as such started on like last Wednesday, I think it was. It was coming to the month, and I knew I was working on the Monday, and I knew my car was pretty empty, and I seen like the news and seen all the folk panic buying. I thought, right, I'll be sensible about this. I'll wait 2 or 3 days. By that point, folk will have gotten a grip, and it'll be fine. Gets to Sunday night. I finish work and I'm like, right, fuck it, I need to go and get petrol now. Go to Sainsbury's, bollarded off, fuck's sake. Back to Tesco's, bollarded off. Go to the Morrison's, bollarded off. Go to the fucking wee shitty garage near where mine is. Don't know why I didn't go there first, but probably because I knew it was more expensive, but blocked off. Starting to panic a wee bit here.
Sweating.
Go to one other one at the far side, like towards Canvas Way. None there either. There is one left in the whole of Stirling. I know this by this point. And I'm looking at my gauge.
Try to shell up it.
Well, thankfully that was the last one that had it. However, it's panicking because it was about, I don't know what time it was. It was about, I genuinely had been driving about for about an hour trying to look for petrol. I had under a fifth of a tank left, and I got to the point where I was like, I'm going to have to phone my fucking gran in Alloa to go to the fucking Tesco, make sure there's petrol there, and then let me drive out to go and fill it up. So yeah, it's a bit fucking ridiculous. So if you panic bought petrol, I hope your car catches fire.
I hope it drinks it like fucking juice.
We'll need to be fair.
I was struggling for petrol, and then it was Taylor that mentioned that there was petrol in the BP and the Whyte Alloa.
Yeah.
I was like, did I drive there and the chance?
And in case I phoned them up in advance, like you're getting like a game on launch day. You got any in stock?
So I patched that, and I just waited and waited, and then I realised that everything kind of went back to a bit of normality, and I went in. Still the 20 quid or 30 quid limit.
Yeah, it's a 30 quid limit everywhere still.
I fired 30 quid in it. I didn't understand the limit though. You could fucking go in and then come back in and do the exact same again.
Wait, really?
Aye, I didn't understand that at all.
I mean, let's be honest, it's probably pure cashiers that can't be fucked. They've had to deal with angry customers for a week, just be like, fuck it.
There's absolutely no point as well, by the way. Like,
do you want to see madder as well, though, right? So, so Sam's brother, right, who works out in like one of the Sainsbury's out towards Glasgow, right, had to come through to the Stirling Sainsbury's to load up one of the vans with, like, load up one of the lorries with petrol, because apparently no one at the Stirling store can load petrol. So he had to drive for 30 minutes just to fill up a tank and then drive back to his work. Like, what? I get obviously you must be qualified or some pish like that, but it's a fucking petrol tank. Put on some gloves, fucking fill it up. Like,
embarrassing, really. That's why you never shop at Sainsbury's, Waitrose, whatever it was. Sainsbury's.
You got like the two of them fucking double barreled.
Well, honestly, fucking Waitrose.
I mean, yeah, fuck them as well. Overpriced bastards. Okay, so another non-exciting news. Yeah, every social media platform bar Twitter seemed to have gone down.
Well, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram are all owned by Facebook.
Yeah, so that's why they all got
So
fucked.
one goes
I
down
heard Tinder went down as well, though.
Also owned by Facebook.
Is that?
Aye. Well, the servers are.
Right.
The company's different, but the servers are Facebook. Aye, Mark Zuckerberg's got his fingers in a few pies.
I'm shocked that, you know.
Aye, I'm so glad it happened at like 5 o'clock on a fucking whatever day it was. So Like, because if it had happened at like 9 o'clock in the morning, our work would have been fucking mobbed with.
Oh, that's a fucking good point, actually. I didn't even think of that.
It happened at like 5 o'clock. We had a guy literally in complaining about it. Like, we were going through his fucking phone. Like, why is this not working? Replacing the SIM, doing all sorts of shit. For me to then go into my phone and go, yeah, WhatsApp's not working. And then I was like, oh wait, hold on a fucking minute, dear mate. We would have had that all day. Our fucking, literally, the 2 hours would have been fucking mobbed.
I know. I mean, do you know what? That's a fair fucking point. Thank fuck that did happen at 5 o'clock.
When it happened as we were closing, and I was like, couldn't be any better.
Thank you. Well, the next day, did you not get the fucking folk in for about it?
Not one.
See, I had one the day actually about it. But thankfully, it was just like, yeah, just fucking restart the app, like, you know, easy days.
But I know when it went down, it's quite weird, isn't it? Because like it's the three main platforms for a lot of people. Like, I personally don't use Instagram all that often to ever actually. I've started scrolling through Facebook ever so slightly, and recently. I use Messenger all the time. Yeah,
I use Messenger all the time. I very occasionally use WhatsApp.
So we use WhatsApp for work. I use it the majority of the time to communicate with a few people. Like every day, all the time. Yeah. So it felt like a bit weird, like
going back to texting.
Me and Taylor were texting rather than WhatsApp, and it was like, why does this feel odd? Do you know what I mean? Messenger, if I had to message Dylan, it would be a text, and I was like, this is odd. I actually had to get a phone call off him. Like, you know what I mean? But it was a bit weird, and then the fact that it fucking lasted so long as well, like, get your fucking act together.
No, did you hear about what happened? So, and I don't know, I really hope this is true because it's funny as fuck if it is, but apparently the fucking building with the folk in it, like, in like Facebook HQ or whatever, didn't have the tools to like be able to fix it because all their tools are on the Facebook server, so they were down. But then the people that they hired in that did have the manual tools to be able to fix it couldn't enter the building because their security cards were also linked to the Facebook network. So when they tried to get into the building denied them access.
Honestly, it couldn't have sounded any more fucking like Facebook.
It's fucking brilliant.
That's a total Facebook.
Like, I love the fact there wasn't like not one person at any point was like, here, what happens if Facebook goes out? Don't be fucking ridiculous. Facebook will never go down.
It's mad to think about though, isn't it? Like the whole world just paused for.
No, well, see, that is alright. So I this gonna sound really bad. So I go through a routine, okay? Every Sunday when the podcast is out, you know, I'll share on the socials, you know, make sure it's cutting about. I reinstall Facebook on the Sunday night, post it, leave it up for about 10-15 minutes, and then I delete the app again.
Right.
Mainly because I don't want to be. It's the same reason why I don't have TikTok. It's because I know I'll just fucking scroll and I won't stop. Like, Twitter's a bit easier because if you follow a limited amount of folk, like, you get to end and then you stop, and that's it. It's just like, cool, right, buying it away. But with like Facebook, Instagram to a certain extent, I don't really use that much either. And on Facebook, you're just like constantly like just fucking scrolling. So that's why I delete it, because I don't want to be attached to my phone. I'm trying to get like my screen time down as much as I can. Right. I'm still not good. I'm still on like 4 hours a day or something like that.
4 hours a day?
Yeah.
Let me just quickly check means.
I used to be like 7 or 8, so I'm doing well.
To be fair, that was a fair distance. Screen time. Oh shit, you need to turn it on, don't you?
48 hours.
Turn it on as we speak. Ah, does it not show you unless you've had it on?
I thought it did, but maybe it doesn't.
No, just show me.
Wow, Jamie's on 0 minutes. He can't never solve it on his phone.
But I'm going to leave it on, right? And then what will happen is
in a week's time, we'll say, yeah, right, okay. That is alright. You're going to do it. It's going to say like 12 hours a day. You're going to be like, oh fuck.
I'm not para about anything, so
you're no willing to accept the shame.
I'm no para as fuck, so
it's going to come to like a week's time, like, maybe I should put TikTok on a restriction or something.
I barely use. I watch TikTok if I go for a shite now. That's a bit my.
Is that your limit?
But like, see,
my main one's YouTube. I like because when I'm back home from work, like I'll put on like YouTube if I'm cooking or if I'm like watching like or playing like the PlayStation. I'll put on TikTok.
Mad it counts your seconds that you're on it, man. What the fuck?
I know.
Fucking get off my phone.
Just turn it off. The next week you're just going to be on it for like a second, then off. Just be like, I need to keep keeping myself about 5 hours so I can beat Liam.
The YouTube video takes me 3 days.
No, just like I need to beat Liam's 5 hours. Just like fuck, what can I do?
Nah, I genuinely that's funny.
But yeah, no, it was funny because like so. See, after I put the last podcast up, right, it was obviously after that, and I forgot to delete it, and I just thought actually, because it was after the day after, and I just scroll, and obviously most people are joking when they say this, but I genuinely people saying like, my God, I didn't have Facebook for 7 hours. I'm just like, are you fucking alright? Like. Like you didn't have Facebook for 7 hours, and that's considered a tragedy. Like, and I'm not like trying to be funny or anything, like, but you know, it's folks that are above like 30 as well. It's just like
all the times.
Get a grip. Like, you know, like you're a middle-aged person, you can cope without fucking Facebook for 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's like cunts in the brew. You know what I mean? Embarrassing, really. Wouldn't it be me? Wouldn't it be? I wouldn't be in the brew sitting on Facebook. How about that? It's fucking embarrassing.
Well, so we just ignored me then when I was unemployed for a few months.
Nah, it's different. It's what some family members I've got.
Name and shame. Name and shame.
You know who you are.
They're listening, are they? They're big fans of the podcast.
Fuck all yesterday, they're sat in the brew.
I wonder what good old wee nephew Jamie's up to. Oh, no.
Fuck them.
Just lost 2 viewers from our viewership. That's funny. It's just weird though. It's just like I know it's hypocritical of me to say because like I use my phone a shit ton. I understand that it's hypocritical of me to say because I'll be honest, if YouTube went down, I'd probably be fucking bored in my spare time. Because
you've got Netflix.
Yeah, and I mean I would do all that shit as well. But is that a case
pirate
of
fucking pirate fucking streaming and all that shit? I feel like YouTube's not that big a deal. I feel like the reason social media is that big a deal is because people use it every single day and for communicating. So, like, for example, you could be talking to somebody, your family away back in Canada, right? And then all of a sudden Facebook goes down and then the chat's gone. And you're like, oh, fuck, I was in the process of speaking to them. Do you know what I mean? And there's no other way of communicating. Because normally you would go, fuck, right, let me use WhatsApp. Oh, wait, I fucking can't.
Yeah, it's that, and especially at that point, because most folks just refuse to text and phone. Which
that's where I get the idea of WhatsApp going down is a bit of a cunt because people use it for communicating across the world.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like, folks still use it for stupid reasons that they don't need for. But obviously, that's not to say that everyone does that.
I feel like WhatsApp it all three have the most purpose, of course.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Instagram it's just an app for showing off. It's for weapons.
Unless I'm sharing the Sitting and Chatting podcast every Sunday.
Facebook's just embarrassing in general.
Yeah, that's guaranteed.
It's like I use it for Messenger because like Messenger's banging.
Yeah, we don't even mention Snapchat.
For what?
Just like in general,
like that's for. What is Snapchat for? Do you know what I mean? Sending scuds.
Is it even that anymore? Because you can fucking send it on like infinite time or something.
Whatever you want, but it's...
If you see WhatsApp's got their own version, that's just like that. How have they got away with that?
I mean, Twitter brought in threads and now they're getting rid of them.
Yeah, they've already gone.
Are they gone?
Yeah.
So I've never been on Twitter for like fucking months. Like,
you know?
Nah, I find it boring as fuck.
I say I can still find it occasionally funny.
Nah, I don't follow enough people. Like,
no, but that's it. I kind of like that I don't follow enough people, if you get me. So like, I don't see like fucking shitey pages. Because I used to have an old one where I had like followed like 500 people and used to see like the worst shite. It's just like, I can't get behind it. So it's like, keep it to like 50 or 100. Can actually be alright.
I suppose I feel like I don't know how many people I follow. This is my first time going fucking screen time with them.
This is all part of my plan.
I follow 278.
Yeah,
but
I see.
To be fair, majority of them is Rangers and stuff. But obviously,
Aye, but like I'm not being funny, but even doesn't that even get to a point where sometimes you're like,
I'm bored there for 10 minutes. Don't get me wrong, but
I mean, like I think that's again part of the positive though about it because
like
like
I follow folk like Joe Worrell. Like, you used to play for us. Unfollow, fuck you. Do you know what I mean? To be fair though, he was like the one that was
the only Liverpool player I have on my thing is Gini Wijnaldum. He doesn't even fucking play for us anymore.
Nah, who did I follow? I think I got Bobby. No. I feel like I had Bobby.
That's the thing though as well. Like all footballers ones now are run by like actual like PAs. They're not even like the footballers anymore. Like his like Genie's one actually seemed alright because for a while it seemed to actually be him. So it's like could get behind
Milner's is a blessing.
It's his still his.
His is still his, and it's fucking pure class. Yeah. If there's one person you follow on Instagram, on Twitter, go follow James Milner. What a blessing.
That's the thing though as well. It's similar to Instagram because everyone like uses like I look at someone like Sam Littlejohn, right?
Weapon. Oh fuck, was that not what we're talking about?
No, I mean that as well. He still tries to slag you off about the takeaway box. I think this fucking munching box is going to hang over this podcast for years. It's like a fucking moment in time that.
He embarrassed himself the other night when we were having a scrap, so fuck him.
Oh, can we get? I totally forgot. No, we have to. No, we have to. Please, God, I totally forgot about that. What were you going to say? I was just going to finish off by saying I'm glad as well for Instagram. I only follow I follow a couple of hundred. So it's like it's friends or like people I went to school with. It's no like fucking meme pages or shit like that post like shit. No, I was just gonna like he follows like literal thousands, and like say whenever we're at like the pub or that, all he does just fucking scroll, and it's just like constant. It's
not, like I said, weapon.
Right. Anyway, but no, we need to. I can't believe I fucking forgot about this. Right.
No, I honestly can't.
No, we actually fucking can. Please go. No, you can cut parts out, but please go into my because I wasn't there to witness this absolute brilliance. Mate, come on, you have to. This will be the last topic for the day, please. Come on.
Right, well, so it was a brisk.
see that, just to give a bit of heads up. So whilst all this was going on, I was at the cinema watching Bond for the second time. You know, unfortunately couldn't make it to the football with the lads. But I came out to see I'd missed 3 phone calls from Dylan and a couple of messages, and oh you cunt, what a story.
Right, so it was. What day was it? Monday.
Monday, aye.
So it was a brisk Monday evening, right? I was requested to put shorts on, a t-shirt on, a jumper on, and to go play some soccer.
Mm-hmm. As you do.
Aye. So, being the good man that I am, I partook with 4 other men. Sam.
There's only 5 of you.
Sam, Andrew, Jazz, Dylan, and me. 5 years. We went. The pitches were full. There was training on. It was about
on a Monday.
Yeah, it was about 6:30 in the evening. I then said I went up and asked prior to everybody coming, right? And I says, look, what time's the pitch booked to? She was like, we've booked it to like 7. Then there's another group coming on at 7:30, and then I think there's a game at the end. Like, cool. So we're not getting on this pitch.
Yeah.
So Sam and everybody arrived, and I was like, look, we're not getting on this part of the night because. Like, they've explained to me what's going on, blah blah blah. There was an 11 aside on at the end. I don't know if Dylan mentioned, but anyway, we're never getting in the park.
Right.
But everybody, so the training that finished at 7 left. Like a lot of them are leaving, so we went up to the gates. No, me and Dylan we hung back.
So what? Like the rest of them are going up to the gates.
Sam, Andrew, and Jazz were kind of at the gates.
Well, like just try to see if they can chance a luck.
So basically, Jazz went up and was like, "Look, we're going on the pitch now." And then there was a lassie there that was like, no, you need to get off, go away, you haven't booked it, blah, blah, blah. She's been a bit wide for no reason. And then Jazz was like, fuck off, and walked right past her to go in the park. Andrew and Sam shat it and they stayed back. To which she was in, go away, we've booked the park, blah, blah, blah.
The full pitch.
I didn't hear the conversation. Me and Dylan were far away. So,
alright, so you weren't involved in this fight. Right.
So the guy was carrying the bag of balls. He was with about 4 other kids walking back to the minivan, and she was walking with him, and there was another lassie. And Andrew and Sam had kind of came up to us slowly. Dylan had went to meet them, so I was by myself walking along the wall, just back and forth because I was bored as fuck.
Waiting for a pitch.
Aye. So the guy walked past with 4 or 5 kids and 2 lassies, and the guy was like, "Oh, if they don't leave, we'll just phone the police and say there's a bunch of pedos hanging about at the gate." in front of the Waynes, and so much emotion went through me. I was like, fuck you. One, you're saying that in front of Waynes. Like, I couldn't imagine putting my kid to football training and like the coach guy hitting out with a statement like that in front of my Wayne, do you know what I mean? So I was like, fucking what a prick, there's no need for that at all. We're not doing nothing wrong, we're storming out the gate. I granted Jazz walked past you, but we're not doing nothing wrong. So when he came back, he went and put the balls in the thing, coming back to set up for the next, whatever it was. And as he was coming back, we were leaving.
Well, he used it just to say that.
So all of us were leaving. All gathered together. I was like, look, I'm just going to go because fuck this. I'm fucking no kicking about in the cold, playing fucking Kirby. Get the fuck. So we were walking back to the motor.
Man.
Walking back to the motor, and at the gate he came through, and I went like that. You phoned the police yet? I let the tongue get the better of me, didn't I? So I was like, you phoned the police yet? Just being a wido. And
that's the coach,
this is to like the kind of fat baldy guy who was getting wide saying all the pedos and that. And he was like, do you want me to phone the police? Do you want me to phone the police? And he just kept saying it. I was like, go phone them then. What are they going to do? And he was like, what are you saying that for anyway? He's all getting wide now, aye. Because we were all there. Oh, look at you, he's all getting wide now, aye. And I says, no, go phone the police. We're waiting on you to phone the police. He says you were going to phone them. I didn't say that. I went, you did say that? He went, no, did I say that? Did I say that? And he kept getting more agitated. And he was like, did I say that? I started shouting, did I say that? And I was like, did you know walk past and say you were going to phone the police and say there was pedos at the gate? He went, aye, well, I said that. I was like, so you did phone the police, you did say you were going to phone the police, you fucking idiot. And that's when he went, who you calling a fucking idiot? Walked up, squared up to me, so I squared up to him, and the two of us were, and he clenched his fist, and kind of leaned as if he was ready to punch, and then all of us were just standing there. And I says, what you got to do, hit me? Jazz was behind him, with his football bat, ready to knock him out of the back of the head. Honestly, right, see if you, I've never seen anything quite like it. Jazz went like that with his football bat, and get ready, and was literally like that, posed, waiting for it. So I knew fine well, one, he wasn't going to hit me anyway. There's Wayne's there, there's a camera, we're at a school, he hits me first, he's fucked. I knew he wasn't going to hit me. That's why I got wide in the first place. He scored up, he clenched his fist, he leaned back, and I went, go fucking hit me then. And he didn't hit me. And then Sam hit it with a fucking comment. Now what Sam meant to say was... What Sam meant to say was, I've got more pubes than you've got hair on your head, you baldy cunt. What Sam actually said was, I've got more pubes than you.
Just laughed at that.
And the guy looked at me and was ready to punch bucket at me. Oh, well, try. And Sam hit it with that comment and he went, you've got more pubes than me, aye?
In some way, just totally diffused.
Was totally taken away from me. So I just walked back to my car.
Just left Sam to get battered up.
No, I left all of them, but they stared me down the whole way to my car. I wasn't a para. What you got to do, do you know what I mean? I've already explained, you're not going to hit me. You're a para cunt. Anyway, Sam's comment. I didn't register Sam's comment
until you left.
Until I went home and Dylan had phoned me. But that's because I was laughing like fuck at how stupid it was when Dylan told me. But see, prior to that,
yeah, it didn't register that.
The rage overtook me. I was like, you're getting wide because I've just proven you wrong in front of every cunt. We guys have got wide to you and you're getting angry. It's funny. But I was fucking raging. I was like, who are you squaring up to in front of you guys? You know what I mean? I fucking knock you out. Here, there's fucking 5 years. What you got to do? Nothing. I was a dick. I shouldn't have got wide, but fuck him.
I've got a mere
Sam had to wait. I've got more pubes than you.
Did you? So what happened after that? I know you weren't there, but what actually happened after that then?
So I think Sam, Andrew, and Dylan kicked him out.
Why is he always there, man? He always, I don't know what it is. He can no help himself in a moment like that. He just always fucking bites.
It's funny as fuck. But Dylan, Sam, and Andrew kicked him out for a bit and started getting wide with him again. And
what, on the pitch?
No, just in general. Jazz was basically saying, don't ruin your night and we'll not ruin your night or whatever. Yeah. By that point, I was in the motor and I was away. I was raging, so.
Fun night.
I made it fun. Because if I never seen that and we were just gone there, not getting apart and going home, what would be the point?
Yeah, and you wouldn't have that absolute classic story for the podcast.
No. And you know what? see for going playing a couple of rounds of Kirby, going undefeated, and then squaring up to a Baldy guy. It was so much fun. Would recommend for a Monday afternoon. Monday evening.
Oh, fuck the hell. Well, I think that's a good place to leave it, to be honest.
It was exciting. I enjoyed it.
Right, so fucking right. So I'm moving. So once again, so wait, how many sets have we had? We had the original one in the flat in Bruce Street. We had the second one when we moved the tables around. We had the one at my mum's.
Yep.
We had the one over there. This is number 5. We're about to move on to set number 6 now. I'm going to be sad because I do enjoy this kind of... I think this is the best one we've had, if I'm honest. Mainly because we've spunked a lot of money into it, but, you know, needs must for quality content. Things won't change too much in the immediate future. It'll be like this for a wee while, but as a result, basically time constraints for both me and Jamie are quite difficult at the moment. We sure as fuck are not stopping the weekly schedule, but, you know, bear with us if things are a wee bit hectic over the next wee while and podcasts are in odd places and at odd times.
Yeah.
We are trying our best because, trust me, if this was a few years ago, we would have just left it another month.
Yeah, that's facts.
And it's fine because we'll make up to you because we've got big plans. We are only 5 more of the big 100. We're literally having a meeting, which is weird for us in general, but we had one beforehand, so we've got big plans for the 100 and obviously the Christmas special, so you can have that to look forward to when it comes. Either way, it'll still be quality content until then.
As always.
So, until next week, I've been Liam Whyte.
I've been Jamie Allan.
I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.
We talk football and current events, sitting and chatting with the very best guests. With 2 Scottish boys and we're loving it. So if you like witty banter, check the former #1 podcast on iTunes. Sitting and chatting.